Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Monica. In today's video, I will be covering some more anti-MLM content, and the MLM that we will be discussing today is called 31. If you do not know what 31 is, they sell totes, bags, and they also do a lot of monogram type stuff, which I have noticed is extremely popular in the South. I'm not trying to say that as, to like offend anyone or anything like that, but from moving down to the South, from living up north, it's huge down here. As per usual, disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Anything said in this video is just my opinions and anything that I found online. I always leave links to everything in the description box below. So let's get into a little bit about 31. I heard of this MLM after I started listening to the Dream podcast. If you have never listened to it and you're really anti-MLM, I highly recommend to go ahead and just take a look at it. Before we get into the income disclosure statement, I do just want to preface something that they have underneath their income disclosure statement, which kind of explains the income disclosure statement, how it's before taxes, expenses, the starter kits, that sort of thing. It's just strictly their income off of these bags that they're selling. Number 1. Representations made about income should not be considered as typical or guarantees of your potential earnings or profits as a 31 consultant. Your success with 31 depends on several factors, such as time devoted to your business, tenure, and hard work. Not everyone will achieve the represented level of income. Such amounts are before expenses, if any. For more information about what you can expect as a 31 consultant, please read our income disclosure statement. Number 2, shipping and handling charges and sales tax will also be charged. Enrollment kits subject to change based on available inventory. Consultants will also be charged a monthly subscription fee, currently $16.95, covering the cost of a personal website and branded emails sent to your customers. Consultants may cancel their monthly website subscription at any time. Number 3, such operating expenses could include advertising and promotional expenses, product samples, training, travel, telephone, and internet costs, and miscellaneous expenses. 4. Income is defined as commissions earned by a consultant from 31 for her sale of products and any applicable overrides as defined in the career path booklet. What I find interesting in number 4 is that they specifically say consultant from 31 for her sale. If you've watched any of my videos before, I talk about how MLMs target women because that is predominantly their target market for consultants. Number 5, this table includes consultants as of December 31st, 2018 or earlier in the year if the consultant relationship was terminated. Number 6, this table includes 98,089 consultants who were active for at least 1 month in 2018. An active consultant is defined as a consultant who submits $200 in personal sales volume in a rolling 3-month period, including the current month and 2 months prior. Since I went over that portion, I want to look into the actual income disclosure statement. This particular income disclosure statement is slightly alarming in my opinion, only because of the amount of money that you can possibly make with this MLM is not that high. So for 21.9% of consultants, they make less than $1. Now remember, income disclosure statements are for an entire year, and this is before expenses. So 21.9% of people in this company make less than $1. 16.4% of all consultants make $1 to $99 in a whole entire year. 45.6% of consultants make $100 to $999 in a year. 9.1% of consultants make $1,000 to $1,999 a year. 2.8% of consultants make $2,000 to $2,999. 1.2% of consultants make $3,000 to $3,999 a year. 0.6% of consultants make $4,000 to $4,999 a year. 1.2% of consultants make $5,000 to $9,999 a year. 1.1% of consultants make $10,000 to $99,999 a year. And then we have 0.1% of consultants make $100,000 plus a year. I don't know about you, but that is not a good income. Personally, if this was a full-time job for me, I wouldn't do it. If this was a full-time thing, I wouldn't do it. I would not recommend joining this MLM. This is quite alarming. Very, very alarming. I did want to go over, because I did go to the About section, and a mission to empower, 15 years and counting. This is from the CEO herself. I founded 31 Gifts in 2003 with one simple goal in mind: to help women by giving them the opportunity to run their own successful business. That goal remains our number one priority today. If we just want to take a look at that income disclosure statement again, running your own successful business, it doesn't show that in the income disclosure. The income disclosure shows that you will not be running a successful business. And also, this is not your own business. I say this in every single video. You are not a business owner. Not only do our fashionable, functional products make life easier, they also help independent business owners across the country support their families and reach their dreams. There's that independent business owner thing again. Over the past 15 years, our sales consultants have held over 6 million parties. Along the way, we've also been blessed to give back to organizations that share our mission in North America and around the world. You can learn more about our history below. We all have a why, a reason for doing the things we do. Maybe yours is family, friends, faith, flexibility. Maybe it's just having fun. Our why is to help you reach yours. Notice how they said faith in that one portion. When I was listening to the Dream podcast, they actually brought up that 31 was founded on Proverbs 31. So that's why faith is mixed in there, because I'm assuming it's a very big part of the founder's life and what they try to do with their consultants. Because if you listen to the Dream podcast, they actually talked to a 31 consultant, and she started off her meeting with her downline with a prayer. Now, while I don't have anything against people who practice a religion, who follow a religion, or who have faith, I also have nothing against people who choose not to practice religion, or atheist, or whatever the case may be. I have no problem with that. That is your life. As long as you don't push your beliefs on me, I have no care in the world what you do. However, this just goes to show that, I've complained about this in my anti-MLM Facebook group, but it just goes to show that targeting women of faith is a very, very huge thing in MLMs, because it's an extremely easy group to target. But let's say you go to church. You go to church for, obviously, your religious beliefs and everything, whatever they might be, but you also have a community when you go to church. And it's so easy to target those people who are looking for that community, maybe even looking for it outside of church, and they want it to translate into their own personal life. So that's why it's so easy to target these people. What I find interesting too on the About Us section is that in 2014, 31 was named the #1 fastest growing woman-owned company in the world. And I find that interesting because, again, it ties back into how they target women. They're using in my opinion, they're using the feminist movement to their advantage as, women empowerment, this sisterhood that you won't get anywhere else, according to the MLM. And it's just, in my opinion, it's so wrong, and it's so sad that they have to use the feminist movement in order to be able to target more women. maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but that to me is just wrong. And I find it very, very wrong. I'm all for women supporting women and women empowering women. I'm all for that because I feel as though we need more of that in the world. But at the same time, I think that we need it outside of MLMs. We need it more outside of MLMs because that is how MLMs are targeting women, and that's how they're making this whole, you know, stay-at-home moms, single moms, moms with a career. They shame moms with a career all the time. Women who are in college. Not too long ago, I was talking to someone and they had told me that MLMs do go to colleges or universities and they set up their booths and they try to recruit people into this. And I really, truly do feel that colleges need to research this because MLMs, there are so many people who don't believe in MLMs. There's such a big movement with the anti-MLM community. As a business major who has her MBA, MLMs are predatory practices. They're unethical and they're not, you can't have a good income off of MLMs, and it's not a good source of income. So to that, that's what I have to say to that. And they just target kids who are in school, especially if they're looking for a side hustle. Don't get me wrong, when I was in school, I was your typical broke college student. I was working multiple different jobs, especially when I was going to school for my MBA because my student loans had already kicked in for my bachelor's degree. And I wanted to be able to continue with school. That was my personal choice, of course, and I'm responsible for those loans. I am responsible for the money that I owe. And I actually did make a video about all of that. So if you want to watch that video, I'll leave it linked below as well. But I was working multiple different jobs and I was approached by MLMs after I had graduated. I'm so happy that it wasn't while I was in school, but I know how to hustle. I've had multiple jobs at one time before, and at those multiple jobs, I would choose having 3 jobs over an MLM. And I think that that should speak volumes because that shows that I do hustle. I come from the Northeast. Hustle culture is just in our genetics up there. It's just part of who we are. And I mean, at least for everyone that I know, maybe not everyone's like that, but for someone to tell me that I didn't work hard enough for the MLM, that's not true. I was brought up to work hard. I've had a job since I was old enough to have a job. And like I said, when I was going to school full time, I was working multiple jobs to be able to pay and save. And at one point, all of my money was going towards school, but that was my choice. And that's why it frustrates me so much when MLM people are like, well, you didn't work hard enough. That's not the case. Just look at all the information that's out there. There is a reason why the anti-MLM movement is such a giant beast at the moment. And there is a reason why everyone talks about how only the 1% make money. And if you look at 31, it shows on the income disclosure statement. Sorry, I like to go off on tangents sometimes. I really have to get better with that because I know that a lot of people on YouTube actually don't like that, people that watch YouTube videos, so I really have to get better with that, but I can't help it. Now, there are also a lot of things that 31 is doing. I do applaud them for giving back to the community, but I do think, in my personal opinion, that it's being used as a marketing ploy. That's just me. They may be doing it out of the goodness of their heart. I really hope that they are, but that's just my opinion. So on part of the, giving back or whatever, giving is part of who we are. That's why we created 31 Gives, our charitable program that works to empower girls, women, and families by helping them build the confidence and self-esteem needed to live a purposeful, thriving life. Since 2012, 31 Gives has donated $100 million in product and cash to charitable organizations that share the Gives mission. And one thing that I thought was worth mentioning was make a difference when you round up. This winter, join 31 Gives as we support those who serve their country and community, including military, police, fire, and EMS first responders. The funds will support programs providing relief to emergency personnel who suffer from PTSD and other mental health illnesses resulting from their service. customers can join us in taking care of those who take care of us every day. Now, I really hope that this is 100% from the goodness of their heart, because if you know me personally, you know that I'm always very thankful for anyone who is protecting our freedom. And I do believe that, this is just my opinion, I do believe that a lot of people that work in these specific fields and serve our country do suffer from PTSD, and I don't think that there is enough help out there to help these people. These are people who save other people's lives. These are people who see other people pass away, and sometimes even in their arms. And I don't think that there is enough help out there for these people. So I really truly hope that this particular part of 31 is from the goodness of their heart and it's not being used as a marketing tactic. But again, that's just my personal opinion. Another thing that I found interesting on the 31 website, and this is more towards the female empowerment sort of a deal. When we learned a girl's self-esteem peaks at age 9 and only 4% of women describe themselves as beautiful, we knew we had to do something about this confidence crisis. 30% of girls who have a grade point average above 4.0 do not think they are smart enough for their dream career. We believe confident girls and women can lead more purposeful, thriving lives and are the key to strong families and communities. GIVES is a partnership between our consultants, customers, hostesses, and employees working together to support nonprofits aligned to our mission. I really truly hope that they are doing this out of the goodness of their heart, and I really truly hope that this isn't another BS foundation, because I do believe that there is a problem out there with women and girls and not feeling like they're good enough or smart enough. In the end, I do not recommend anyone to join 31, only because the income disclosure statement shows just how little amount of money you can make. And I think that their emphasis on women empowerment, sisterhood, giving back, I think that that emphasis kind of masks the income disclosure statement, and the fact that those numbers aren't even, it's not including expenses, taxes, the starter kits. I find it very alarming, and I don't know if, like I've said multiple times, I don't know if all of the foundations and everything are just, or them giving back to the community is just a marketing tactic. I really hope it's not. But at the same time, the income disclosure statement just goes to show you that you really cannot make money in this company, unfortunately. And, you know, if anyone disagrees with me, that's totally fine. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. But I guess that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, dislike, subscribe, support me on Patreon, all of that jazz. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.